What is going on YouTube? Kronos here, and welcome back to another PSO2 video. So today will be our usual post-maintenance video where we go over everything you need to know that's changed since maintenance completed. Anyway, let's go and jump into this because we have a fairly short update. So not a whole lot going on this time around. Let's pop over to the PSO2 website and see what we've got. So here we are on the website, just the official website itself, ngs.pso2.com, in case anyone's ever curious about where we grab this information from. So we've got our post maintenance article or end of maintenance article. Usually you can find whatever's changed or anything like that, kind of like the link to everything else based on this here. Nothing too crazy here. Looks like there was an issue with one of the limited tasks where it's counting towards one of your side tasks. I never really found this to be a problem, but I also am a premium player, so it's a situation where I don't always have to worry about a lot of these things. So it looks like that was a bug. Odd, but is what it is. Other than that, it's just the usual extended, time frames of certain things based on how long maintenance was going on for. So super cool. These are really the only updates we've got right now. Essentially, ARKS record is going to be going on for Cannonball Strike party play specifically. Fingers crossed we don't have any more shenanigans. Last time there was an ARKS record, there was some pretty crazy shenanigans that people were doing with certain things that were being shown off. I'm not really talking about it too much, but basically there was an exploit that was pushing people super high on the leaderboards that a lot of people, I don't say they abused specifically to show, but like they essentially had to do to be able to show that, hey, this is a problem, you should go ahead and remove this. So hopefully that's not an issue again, but only time will tell. We also have, it looks like Stellar Grace is back just in time actually to get some star gems for the current SG scratch before that one takes off. So that's super cool to see here. Basically, this is just a bunch of free materials, free star gems. If you're unaware, keep an eye out on Twitter, or I think they also posted on the Reddit as well. There are some Discords that also post this stuff, but basically you go around collecting the Stellar Graces. They give you a ton of extra bonuses. You get some extra RDR as well. So super excited to see that show back up again. I am definitely in need of some SG. That's really all we've got as far as updates go. Like I said, it was a really short one this time around. They actually, I wanted to show you guys this. So they posted the questions that they had on the NGS headline in case you didn't get a chance to watch that, or you missed ours. I know there was some debacle with the NGS headline since there was some copyright issues and we had to get that taken care of. I actually got it taken care of for my video. I'm not sure if it's been taken care of for the other ones. I haven't looked yet, but we can see the question that they talk about here. So these were answered during the stream. They talk about, when you plan to implement the region mag buff override you previously announced. I'm going to talk about these questions really quick just because there's a whole lot else to talk about, but talking about this here. So yeah, when you plan to implement this buff, obviously when it's finished. This is kind of a silly question, but I guess it gives the team an idea, or gives the team a chance to say, hey, we're shooting for this time frame. My motivation to play always takes a hit when the PSE gauge drops. Is there anything you can do about this? So they already had announced that they were going to be doing something about this itself, but I propose an even better idea when it comes to PSE. I don't think the PSE should ever drop. Honestly, it should just increase based on trials completed, and the chance for your PSE to increase based on enemies killed should drop dramatically. It should be super rare. Realistically speaking, it should just be an idea where you want to push trials as much as possible. Complete a trial, you actually get, a tick up in the PSE bar or the PSE gauge, and there shouldn't be a chance for it to decrease, because there's just too many situations where killing tons of enemies or killing enemies around where you're doing a trial can decrease your PSE. And to be perfectly honest, that's the biggest issue. It's not so much how fast the PSE burst increases, it's realistically when people see the PSE burst decrease where their motivation completely drops, much like this question said here. So I propose, honestly, if you want to be very specific about having PSEs not happen too often, then of course you can kind of tailor the optimal rate a trial spawns in areas itself, as well as just reduce how fast or how often enemies killed increases your PSE, and just have it not drop. I feel like that would be the primary way of making that completely, I don't want to say balance, because I don't really know balance itself offhand, but it wouldn't feel as bad basically. When you're done in Trinity Talks, you have to stay like that. You have to stay like that and wait until the time is up to get your reward key changes, so I get my rewards even if I abandon the quest. I mean, they talk about this. Basically, they're considering adding a option, or not an option, but if everyone in the actual mission is dead for a certain period of time, that they're just going to go ahead and end the mission, which is definitely something that should be a situation, or give the ability to go ahead and end the mission if everyone is dead. I think that works too. Though I feel like that would be a bit, not scummy, but I feel like people would troll with that a little too much. They would wait right till everyone's dead and then immediately press the button. So that could be an issue. With all the new regions, gathering materials like minerals now takes up too much time. Yes, this is something that I mentioned beforehand. Essentially, adjust the location of spawns, reduce them, and just increase what spawns from those areas. So that'd be nice. You don't have to worry about collecting a bunch of stuff. That'd be really, really great. There's announced in previous streams that next time there are Rappy spots, they spawn where Dread enemies have been defeated. However, this means that the spot gets even further away for players who are fighting other Dread enemies. Can you please reconsider this? No, because the previous way that this was set up beforehand, where the Rappy spots was one individual spot and players just did not go over and fight Dreads, they would just AFK at the Rappy spot. So the fact that the Rappy spots will spawn at the Dreads that die, in my opinion, just feels fair. If you have an issue with a situation where you're fighting a different Dread, stop fighting a different Dread. Group up, kill the same Dread together. That way you have more of a chance of that happening. If you're racing to kill a Dread before someone else and their Dread gets the Rappy spot, that's an RNG. That's RNG situation. You kind of decided that on your own. And they basically just said no. they're going to be adding something at the same time to help avoid the inconvenience players fighting other Dreads. But long story short, no. The implementation of features similar to personal quarters and alliance quarters are coming has been announced for spring 2023. I can't wait that long. If it's already in development, can you at least give us a sneak peek of what's coming? No, don't show things that aren't ready to be shown. Straight up, just like don't show things that aren't ready to be shown, because it just doesn't go well. When they have something they're ready to show us, that's when they go ahead and show us. That's the best thing you can do in those situations itself, because we're very judgmental. We want to make sure we pick it apart piece by piece because we have nothing else to do. We're waiting for this stuff to come in. But they, of course, they answer this to say, it's been requested by a lot of people, apologize for the delay. We have mentioned in the past, we're working hard to bring in the next piece of content in a polished state, or in as polished a state as possible. So we can't rush these things. This is very obvious. You can't rush these things, but you also can't take forever. I don't think waiting until next year is unreasonable after they've announced it. That's totally fine. Of course, not good to keep you in the dark. All this is still under development. We will gradually increase the amount of information we share with you. Please be aware this info is still in progress version of this feature. Yes, so it's still in progress basically, and that's it. These questions were kind of meh, to be perfectly honest. There was one of these. Hang on. Possible. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the one. This is the question I was looking for. The mag buff situation where you can override the previous mag buff. They snuck in a little extra thing here. It'll be possible to extend the R mag boost personal by feeding them additional materials. So this wasn't originally mentioned beforehand, and they tacked this on here. I think that's why they picked up this question. They do this a lot, right? Where they pick questions that they want to tack something extra onto, that they don't, originally decide, or they don't originally talk about. So, and that's about it. Honestly, I feel like I talked about that longer than actually updates. The updates, there was nothing here. So the feedback questions were just here to give us a little bit of fluff in case you guys don't care about that sort of stuff. You're probably already gone on the video, so no big deal. Anyway, guys, like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe when you keep up with more. I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace out.